How's it going, Rams? My name is Leah Cackowski, and welcome back to another week here on CAC's Closeout. For tonight, I'll be giving you live updates on both women's soccer and volleyball. Plus, on the other side, we'll jump right back into football as CSU prepares for this Saturday's homecoming game. All of that and more on CAC's Closeout, which starts right now. We start on the pitch for women's soccer tonight. The Rams are currently in Colorado Springs battling Air Force, and time is winding down as they opened play about an hour and a half ago. Let's see if CSU is on the right path for a bounce back after its first conference loss of the season last Sunday. So, you guessed it, it's currently sitting at another tie. It's been dead even throughout with 7 shots for both teams, but there's been quite the notable play. So, in the 37th minute, CSU defender Taylor B hit a crossbar on a free kick. Moments later, Rams midfielder Katie Coffin put a shot on goal, but it was stuffed by Air Force goalkeeper Sydney Davis on a diving save. So the chances have been there. With only 4 games left, the Rams are going to have to finish strong if they want a chance to move up in the Mountain West standings, as they currently sit at the number 5 spot. If they can stay away from draws, this is definitely possible. And soccer isn't the only sport going on right now. Rams volleyball just tipped off a little bit ago against Fresno State. As you heard from Mike on Tuesday, CSU is by far the greater opponent. But let's see if it's playing out that way. So, Colorado State is actually falling short right now to Fresno State in the first set with a score of 16-13. Some notable players for the Rams, though, is Annie Sullivan with 5 kills and Sierra Pritchard with 10 assists. We're about 1/3 of the way through league play, so every win matters, and no team in the Mountain West should be underestimated. We saw that last Saturday when San Jose State came into town. But I believe the Rams are still in great position for their 22nd Mountain West Conference title. And now, let's transition back to the turf for some Colorado State football. And man, wasn't last week's game against Nevada some of the most sublime, amazing quality football you've ever seen? Okay, maybe not. But at least we got the win, officially making us not the worst team in college football anymore, which is a huge relief. I'm hoping this win finally sparks some momentum going forward. So, what should we expect heading from Utah State? Well, let me tell you. First, the record. The Aggies are only 2-4 on the season, and it's a bizarre 2-4, let me tell you. Don't believe me? Well, try a 3-point loss to Wyoming, 10 points to UNLV, but a 7-point win over contender Air Force. Okay, not so bad yet, right? Well, we can't forget about the outlandish of all, a 4-touchdown defeat to Weber State. Who? I know, but don't take that for granted just yet. Keeping in mind the Rams are still 1-4 and got blown out by even more to Sacramento State. So, it could go either way, especially since it's at Canvas Stadium. With this in mind, here are a few players to look out for when USU has the ball. The man in charge of running the offense is now junior Cooper Legas. Legas was the main catalyst in the Aggies' victory over Air Force, completing on 78% of his passes while throwing for over 200 yards. He's also a threat on his legs, rushing 13 times for 76 yards while also recording a touchdown. The resurgence of Legas was much needed, especially after senior Logan Bonner went down. You see, Bonner came alongside head coach Blake Anderson from Arkansas State last year and broke the Utah State single-season record for touchdown passes. But after starting the first 4 games in 2022, he suffered a foot injury that officially ended his college playing career. However, USU isn't the only team with a fresh quarterback. Yesterday, Jay Norvell announced Giles Pooler will start over Braden Fowler Nicolosi. So, the throwing game on both sides will be relatively new, making the competition even more interesting. But now, let's look at some veteran weapons that could help carry the Aggies' offense. Grad student Brian Cobbs is the Aggies' leading receiver with nearly 500 yards and 4 touchdowns thus far. Justin McGriff is right behind him with 238 yards, averaging 15.9 per catch. And the running attack complements the passing scheme, as Calvin Tyler Jr. is the Aggies' leading rusher, racking up at 505 total yards on the ground. Utah State's offense ranks 4th in the Mountain West in both categories. So how do those guys and numbers compare with CSU? Well, as you can see, the Rams fall short across the board. They completely double the Rams on the ground. Yikes. Which, isn't really a surprise. CSU sits at the very bottom of the conference in that area. But they're still for air raid, right? Well, the Aggies are also ahead in all things through the area, including touchdowns and yards. Granted, not too far off in the ladder. But still, the bottom line is the Aggies know how to score, and the Rams must step up on the defensive end like they did last week and be more aggressive on the offense if they want to compete. Nothing remotely close has transpired yet at Canvas Stadium thus far this year. Hopefully, Friday's performance and the energy of homecoming can allow the green and gold to give CSU faithful what they deserve, a home win. And with that, Rams, that is all the sports action I have for you tonight here on CAC's Closeout. Be sure to tune in on Tuesday for yet another edition of Tuesday Night Sports. Stay safe, have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you then.